do this here warm-up. After we do the warm-up, we're going to talk about two different types of triangles that we haven't talked about yet. So, yeah. But again, like I said, this morning's asynchronous lesson had to do with what we learned on Friday. Gotta get down on Friday. Rebecca Black. And perhaps you need a little awakening. See, I could tell. I look at these two friends, and my job is to figure out which of these four right triangle postulates, can I use to determine if these guys are congruent. They are congruent, but why? Is it HA for hypotenuse angle? This one always makes me laugh. And then there's HL for hypotenuse leg. And then there's LL for leg. And then there's LA for leg angle. Look at the two things, other than the right triangle, other than the right angle, what two things do you see are congruent? Do you see a hypotenuse and an angle that's congruent? Do you see a hypotenuse and a leg that's congruent? Do you see two legs that are congruent? Or do you see a leg and an angle that's congruent? Come on, guys, help me out here, gang. Hey, guys, come on. I see LL and LL again, and I will agree. Yeah, that's the leg. Because it is leg. Wow, the lag is really bad. And of course, the joke that I made yesterday is some people call this, or 2 days ago, or 3 days ago, some people call this the ol, or half of you would call it the ya, because half of you have Spanish as a primary language. Hey, does this mean she? Or it would be the feminine? Because of la means like if I were to be like, look at la, yes, thank you. Okay, several of you are understanding. All right, thank you for your laughter. Oh, it's a kitty cat, and those are his legs, and that's his silly tail. Math teacher Kitat teaches isosceles triangle. Oh, lolcats, remember them? I will be able to use properties of isosceles and equilateral triangles. So let's talk about what isosceles and equilateral mean. Two pictures. This John right here is the isosceles triangle. An isosceles triangle is a triangle with two equal sides or two equal angles. And fun fact, which is something we're going to learn later on today, if it has two equal sides, it's going to have two equal angles. We'll get to that. I don't want to ruin the fun. This is called an equilateral triangle. Equilateral, equal sides. Sing it with me. Equilateral. Thank you, Athena. Well, yeah. Isosceles is one of the many words in the English dictionary that I cannot spell. That and restaurant. Everybody in your chat, type out a word that you have a hard time spelling and don't look up how to spell that word. And then on 3 seconds, forget it. Santi ruined it for everybody. He said desert. Oh, Paul, that's a tough word. Yes, I don't even know what word you're trying to say. Athena. Oh, we're being fun today. Oh, there's a 2. There is a 2S Santi. Okay, well, I don't understand. Let's talk about isosceles triangles, baby. Properties of isosceles triangles. Look, guys, that's an isosceles triangle, just like I told you. The isosceles triangles have two sides that are equal. This angle right here, that side right there, and that side right there. The two equal sides in an isosceles triangle are called legs. The two isosceles, I'm sorry, yeah, the two equal sides in an isosceles triangle are called legs. So those guys are congruent, therefore they're called legs. If it's not the legs, it's called the base, which is slightly different from the right triangle, where the non-leg is called the hypotenuse. Speaking of words that you guys can't spell, base, leg, leg. The angles that are going to be congruent to each other. All right, thank you, Camilla. The two angles that are going to be congruent to each other are called base angles, and they're opposites of the legs. They're the angles that basically are on the edges of the base. Now, this is an example of an obtuse isosceles triangle. An obtuse isosceles triangle, but there's also acute isosceles triangles, and those ones are adorable. All right, so we've got ourselves our base angles, we've got ourselves our base, we've got ourselves our legs, we've got ourselves, that's it. I believe this is called a vertex. Oh, yeah, there it is. This is called the vertex angle. Vertex angle, as it clearly states right there in those words that I just never looked at because I just didn't want to look at it. Any questions? Preguntas? Oh, las preguntas? Feminine questions. Okay. Thank you. Couple theorems, couple fun facts. The isosceles triangle theorem says that if these two sides are the same, then these two angles are the same. If these two sides are the same, then those two angles are the same. The converse of the isosceles triangle theorem says that if those two angles are the same, then these two sides are the same. If those two angles are the same, then these two sides are the same. And in this case, if 1 and 2 are equal to each other, then DE and EF are equal to each other. As you can see, you don't have to be like, how do you tell which ones are equal? Well, just look at it. Look at it. You're not going to be like DE and DF are equal. They don't even look the same. Now, let's not take a look at that. Let's go right to equilateral triangles. Equilateral triangles, equilateral, equal sides. Although it's not spelled equilateral, it's spelled equilateral. But whatever, we listen. Okay, I'm not gonna. I didn't learn proper language etiquette class at Eastern University. They didn't teach it to me at Westchester University. Equilateral. You might also be thinking, isn't there an equiangular? And there it's equiangular, but I'm not sure we're going to run into that word. Equiangular means that all three angles are the same. So if it's equilateral, then it's equiangular too. But I don't think, oh, there's the word right there. Boy, oh boy, am I a rascal. I just need to start learning things. A triangle is equilateral if and only if it's equiangular, which means if the angles are the same, then the sides are the same. And this is saying if the sides are the same, then the angles are the same. Corollaries, if you will. Questions? So we've got ourselves a couple problems. If AB is congruent to CB, AB is congruent to CB, who can type in using 3 letters the angles that are also congruent? AB is congruent to CB. Give me one angle that's congruent based off of that information. So I don't care about this little triangle. This little triangle's dead. At least it is right now to me. It's dead to me. Look at the big triangle. I need angles that are the same. I think you're looking at problem 2, Santiago. I need 3 letters for an angle. I need 3 letters for an angle. You guys. BAC is one of them. So if AB, so again, we're talking about this triangle that I made in red. I don't care about the little triangle living in between. Those two sides are the same, which means what two angles are the same? Well, Athena, I believe, said BAC. So let me write out BAC. And I needed to put the angle sign there. What was the other angle? BCA. Good, Lily. Good, everyone. Good, all of my friends. Oh my gosh. All right, I'm just going to close like all these tabs. I'm not sure why everything is super slow today. I can close this untitled document. I can close this document. I can close Principles of Algebra. Is that what's killing it? Yes, that's what's killing it. Ooh. All right, that should do it. All right, so BCA, you said? BCA, you say? Yeah, it's much better. Good job, friends. Now, I think 2 of you were accidentally answering this one. EAC and ECA are congruent, name 2 congruent segments. We're now looking at the little triangle. Oh, come on, guys. This angle right here and this angle right here are the same, which means which 2 sides are the same? AE and CE is correct. All right, find the measure of FH in 3 here. Type it out. FH is a side. Remember, it's not an angle unless it gives you 3 letters or just 1. Let me see. If this is 60 and that is 60, that would imply that this is also 60, which means all of these sides are 12. 4 is asking, what's the measure of angle MRP? Pretty easy. Tell me what it is. 60 degrees, says Lily. Oh my goodness. Someone call the fire department because Lily's on fire today with her numbers. These 3 angles are the same. And so if those 3 angles are the same, then these 3 sides are the same, which means these 3 angles are the same. And if all 3 angles are the same, they have to be 60s each. For 5, I have 2z minus 15. I have 9. And I have 7. What equation can I write out to find out what z is? What equation can I write out to find out what z is if 2z minus 15 is one side, and then I have a 9, and then I have a 7? So I have an isosceles triangle, which means 2 of the sides are going to be the same. Which 2 sides are going to be the same? Equals 9 is correct. See, when I have an isosceles triangle, the two angles that are the same, the angles or the sides opposite of those angles are also going to be the same. So we could say 2z, little 2z vert minus 15, thank you, equals 9. I will give you a 30-second head start to find z. Go! Oh, someone didn't need 30 seconds. Okay, so a lot of people are saying 12. We're probably doing that in our head. Plus 15, plus 15, 2z. That's supposed to be a z equals 24. Divide by 2. And look at you guys. Look at you guys using teamwork and friendship to answer. What a gift. Good job, friends. Speaking of little 2z vert, good job, Gucci gang. I know. All right, so I have to find x. What equation can I set up? That's correct, Santiago, and here's why. Since these two sides are the same, then these two angles are the same. Oh, he looks like he's mad and he has cheeks. So let's see. We've got 4x minus 2. Don't type out your answer yet. Put your answer in the chat, and when you hear the timer go ba-bing, 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 then you can hit enter at the same exact time. Put your answer in the chat, and then when you hear the timer, hit enter. Just like your birthday in a couple years, I see a whole lot of 16s. Or just like the driver's license center, I see a whole lot of 16s. That works too. Plus 2, plus 2, 4x equals 64, my favorite video game system of all time. Divide by 4, divide by 4. And x does equal 16. Good job, everybody! If you got it right, give yourself a high five. I believe the next problem is a proof. I hope y'all been watching them proofs. I'm trying to look at this, and I feel like this is so much easier then it has to be. Oh. Okay, I got it. Okay. Okay. All right. Um I feel like this is not near enough room. We'll find out. All right, since A, B, and C are isosceles, I'm allowed to say a few things. I'm allowed to say that, and it already says it, A, B is congruent to B, C. And I'm also allowed to say that angle BAE, ooh, Bay. uh, and angle BCE before Christ, Enterprise. And that's the, yes. And that's the, I guess we'll say definition of an isosceles triangle. All right. So we knew that there's little tick marks there. We know that. I have to prove that this skinny Abe and this skinny Kaba are the same. So I could do one thing. I have one more thing that all I need to do is say, and it's based off of the given. I could say something based off of the given that will allow me to prove this right now. Any ideas? Look at the given. It's although Santi, I love your idea. The me won't work because that will give you the curse word, and we're not allowed to use the curse word. So Santi, your brain is absolutely in the right spot. And that's actually where I looked first. But then I was like, no, that won't work because that gives us A, S, and then another S, the curse word. Can't do it. So look at the given. Although you're not wrong, it just won't get us the answer. Look at the given and tell me what you could say based off of the second part of the given. The second part of the given. What does bisect mean? What does bisect mean? Divides it in two, which divides what in two? If BE is going to bisect ABC, which means, oh, actually, I have to do angles. The angles, that is true. That is true. But am I allowed to say that? I misread it. EB bisects the angle. So although Athena, I think it was Athena that said it, I do agree with Athena. My words are mixed today. I have to say that angle ABE and angle CBE are congruent. Angle ABE, and let me be honest, Abe. Angle ABE, which is this guy, and angle BC or CBE are the same. And that is the definition of bisect. Now I have two angles with a side in between. So I can prove that. I'm done. I can now say triangle Abe is congruent to triangle Sibbe. And it's which of the 8 proofs? SSS, SAS, ASA, AAS, HA, HL, LL, or LA? Just fired those off the top of the dome pretty quick. SSS, SAS, ASA, AAS, HA, HL, LL, LA. Two angles in the side in between. It is ASA. Two angles with the side in between. ASA has the side in between two angles. Here's my face. All right. I want you to take a look at that, please. We have AB and AE are congruent. Can someone please type in what angles would be congruent then? Remember, when you're typing in the angles that are congruent, it requires 3 letters for each angle. Don't forget. My man Paul with the correct spelling and everything. Good. What did Liliana say? Abe and Abe is correct for Liliana. Oops, sorry, she hates that word. AB, AE means these guys are the same. Abe. That's a B. Abe and Abe. Oh, poor Camilla. Oh, poor Camilla. Bruh. I'm going to stop recording now because we're done. My suggestion